Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is the final day of co-hosting with the crew. I'm Brandon Roddy. You better get your popcorn ready, because it's going to be a great Gdsa. Hi, Mom!
Live from Ken's 5, this is Great Gdsa with your host, Bridget Smith, featuring Eileen Tevis, Paul Morellis with weather, and Natalie Tejeda.
And I love that body. You want a ball explicit, I swear you're good, I won't tell nobody. You gotta be a step, I wanna see that girl.
Good morning, everybody. Hey! Welcome to the show. Good morning, Brandon, Roddy. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm glad to have you. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Great Gdsa. This is the final day of co-hosting with the crew. The final day, man. Sit down.
I shall.
This is day 6, I like to call it. And Brandon Roddy, for those who don't know, he is a production assistant extraordinaire here at Ken's TV.
I try.
Yeah, look at you looking good this morning. How do you feel?
Well, I was nervous at first, but I think I'm
everybody
calming
gets
down
nervous,
a little bit.
right?
You know, I'm trying to be cool.
Yeah, because it's out of element. So that's the thing.
Something
We're
different.
stretching the limits
Something
this morning.
different.
Yeah, good to have you here this morning. Okay, so maybe when you've tuned into Great Gdsa on a random morning or two, or maybe you watch us every morning, you've seen Brandon do his sports roundup. And see if some of this looks familiar to you. Watch it.
Are you ready for some football?
Yeah.
We're out here at Steele High School, home of the 2010 5A state champion Steele Knights.
You know, I have to tell you,
Okay.
I'm excited. I'm very excited. Because it's bowl week.
Woo!
No, not
What
that
kind of bowl?
College football bowl week. Yes, that's what I'm talking about right now.
We're at the Alamo Dome. The people are here. The popcorn is flowing. The nachos are going. The band's playing. I'm excited. You're excited. It's going to be a great game. I've sort of been working out a little bit. I might have a couple of years of eligibility left. You think you could use me, Coach?
We can find a spot. We can find a spot.
Thank you. That's all I want to know.
So the idea came to us when we found out that Brandon has a background in sports and he's played high school and college football. And we're going to tell you more about that in a minute. But we said, listen, why aren't you doing something on the show, right? Because women love sports and guys love to talk sports, and so that's how we got you to do it. You were having fun. A lot of fun doing Roddy's roundup.
I'm still having fun.
You're still having fun?
Yeah, I'm still having fun. I've actually branched out a little bit. You know, I got to do the Pee Wee football players a few weeks ago, and I learned some karate the other week. You know, I'm dangerous now. I'm dangerous.
Karate, that's what you want to call it. Hey, where are you from originally?
I'm from Peoria, Illinois. Shout out to all my P-Town people. P-Town.
I want to know what's it like in Peoria. I've never even been to Peoria. What's even in Peoria?
Nothing anymore.
Is it right?
Well, I didn't realize how small it was until I left and I came to San Antonio. And San Antonio is huge. There's millions of people here. But I think Peoria has about 350,000 people right now.
Wow.
But that was a while ago.
So
we might have grown since then.
So you're like a big star in Peoria,
Well,
right?
I don't like to brag, but yes.
You kind of are a star.
I'm somebody.
Okay,
You know.
we want to get to know you, Brandon, better. So let's go ahead and go to our quiz question for the day. What are we giving away this morning?
Hopefully something good.
Good food, good eats.
A large pizza from Peter Piper Pizza.
Yes, indeed.
Oh,
we are
wow.
excited to give it to you this morning. So here
hungry.
is the quiz of the day. It is a Brandon Roddy inspired question. Here it is.
All right, here we go. Who is the new mascot for Ole Miss? Is it A, Colonel Reb, B, Colonel Sanders, or C, Rebel Black Bear? Give us a call, 210-946-GDSA.
No.
Can I answer? I want the pizza. I'm kind of hungry.
No, you can't have it.
No?
Okay, first of all, I want to ask what this is right
Well,
here.
you know, this is a poster.
Yeah, I want to see this. I'm like, what is this now?
This is back when I was at Ole Miss, and I actually gave this poster to Bill Taylor because he's from New York and he's an Eli Manning fan.
Look at that. What?
And you can actually see.
Where are you?
I am.
See, there's the benefit of working on camera, right?
Yeah,
you know how to cheat the light.
I got to get the light in.
Yeah.
Right.
There you are.
It's backwards. That's me right here, right there.
There's Brandon Roddy.
Yeah, look on.
Our star was born.
I was very scary.
Okay, so look, before we get to I want to talk to you about your Ole Miss days and your Ole Miss doings. Look like there's some things going on there. That looks like a rowdy group of guys.
It was pretty funny actually because Jared Silverman, he's been here all week earlier, he walked into the weather office one day. And he was like, why does Bill have this poster of all these half-naked guys all glistening in the light and everything?
Kind of need some explanation.
Yeah, I had to explain it to him.
As opposed to just hanging back there. Okay, so take us back to high school.
High school football. It was, well, I like to say it was a cheat code for me because I was basically the same size in high school, minus about 30 pounds. And everybody else was half of my size.
And so what team was this?
Peoria Richwoods, the Richwoods Knights.
Okay, which number are you?
I'm number 22.
Brandon, you're kidding me. Where are you?
That's me, the one that's Yeah, go. You gotta love home video.
Look at you. So did you understand at that time, like, man, I've got some potential here to go on and play college ball?
Oh no,
No?
I was like Forrest Gump. I was running and just running and running.
Look at you. I hear, yeah, Brandon, you were a big old dude then, weren't you?
Yeah, it was the same size. It was a cheat code. It wasn't fair.
So were you like the guy like in high school, like all the girls loved?
Oh well, I didn't have time to focus on that. I was so focused on my studies and being a good student.
We're really focused on the ladies.
No, I didn't have time. If I could go back, I want to say hello to all of them now.
I was going to say, now if you think I believe that, where did you take a different turn in life?
Does
somewhere.
this look like a face that would lie?
Well, it's a handsome face. Okay, so then from high school to college, you wound up where?
I was lucky enough to get a full athletic scholarship to Ole Miss.
Very nice.
The SEC, one of the best conferences in college football. I wore number 41 then.
Okay.
I was huge.
Let's watch you. Let's watch a little bit of Brandon Roddy.
Oh, there you go, baby.
Number 41, Brandon Roddy.
Matt Jones, the Arkansas quarterback, keeping.
And he picked up 99 yards against Auburn. Boy, they were trying to abuse him right there.
The Thomas hit added to the contact from Brandon Roddy.
Okay, first, so we actually first saw
Murray State.
Murray State.
That's where I transferred to after I left from Ole Miss. Murray State is in Murray, Kentucky, and it's just as exciting as it sounds in Murray,
I was going to
Kentucky.
say, I haven't heard of that either. And Ole Miss is
in Oxford, Mississippi.
I did not know that. I don't know where Oxford is. You know, my family is from Columbus, Mississippi. You're
Really?
in Columbus?
Yeah, I've been
Wonder
through
how far
there.
Columbus
Fast.
is
I
from
drive
Oxford.
fast. I think it's about 45 minutes. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Well, I love the fact that, you know, during your college days, you played against some of the football greats of today, you being one of them.
Well,
but you played against who?
Well, I played against Tony Romo at Murray State, and actually a video of
right.
that was Eastern Illinois, the team that he played for. We beat them, you know, in the championship game. And get that out.
So was Tony like one of the talked about guys on the field? Like, hey, everybody, you know how there's one athlete on the field and everybody's saying, well, you better watch out for this guy because he's going to go and do something great.
Yeah, he was, and we were talking about him all week too. You know, during the meetings and stuff. They're like, oh, Tony Romo, this guy. And I think he threw about 3 interceptions. You know, I'm just saying. saying.
How he ended up with a storied career, we don't know.
Yeah,
Eli Manning, of course.
Eli was actually really quiet. You know, he didn't really talk too much, which was surprising to me because I was actually lucky enough to meet his brother Peyton, and he never stopped talking. Peyton was always talking. He had a lot to say. But I got to play with them. I played with Gdsa McAllister, who played for the Saints for a little while.
Of course, yeah.
There's so many names I can't think of all.
What a nice thing to be able to say, Brandon.
Yeah, it was fun.
As talented as they, we hope to see you someday doing broadcasting and, you know, some other things on the big stage.
Well, right now I'm happy to be on Gdsa next to Bridget Smith. You know,
yes.
Everybody can't say that. Everybody doesn't get a chance.
Okay, we want to go to Paul Medelis, who has been on vacation and a much-deserved vacation. Paul, we've missed you, but I got to tell you.
Welcome back, Paul.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Paul, I'm battling some kind of cold and laryngitis and I'm barely making it. But I've had fun co-hosting with the crew, but I have indeed missed you, and I'm glad to see you back. And I hope you got some good news for me as far as the weather's concerned.
You know, it depends on if you like it cool.
Okay, Paul, very good. You see what was happening? We're talking, when you have people who are co-hosting, there's a lot of questions, like during the weather segment. So it's not that we weren't paying attention.
I know you're on the edge of the seat just listening to every word.
We may not have heard the 7-day, but we heard at least 3 days. You know what I mean?
Hey, I know what you mean. Yeah, Brandon's doing a good job, by the way, man.
He's doing a phenomenal job.
And I'm going to tell you, you wouldn't think that me and Brandon have much in common.
Okay,
right?
so share with us what you do.
Well, you know, I was telling Brandon, the thing that's ironic is that now he's about a foot taller than me. But, you know, he was talking about, man, in high school and college, it was like Brandon left, Brandon right. You know, I was big and this and that. When I was in the 7th grade, I was about as big as I am now.
Yeah.
And so I was scoring about 4 touchdowns a game, and man, it wasn't fair. But with me, it was a sad story because I didn't grow anymore.
Right. But Paul, weren't you a star in Pee Wee football? You were the shiny.
It's 7th grade, 8th grade, man. I was
Yeah,
unstoppable.
I know. I heard about you.
Unfortunately, everybody got taller than me.
Bring some tapes in, Paul. Bring some tapes in.
Bring some tapes. You want to look at some of that footage?
You know, I don't know if I've got any tapes, but I'll definitely look.
Yeah. Hey, Paul, we'll see you tomorrow. We hope the weather's good because you and I and the rest of the GDSA crew are going to be in the great city of Floresville, Texas.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
It should be a great show, and I think the weather's going to be a little on the cool side.
Oh,
but,
good.
Hey, it's going to be a good day.
Good. We can't wait to see all of our friends in Floresville. Paul, thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, that's good. I was saying to Brandon in the break all the time. When Brandon comes in the morning, he has a great story for me about somebody that he's met. And Brandon meets how do I put this nicely? Brandon meets a lot of
nice people.
Nice people. Nice, attractive.
They're upstanding citizens.
Ladies. Yes, Brandon doesn't have a hard time meeting the ladies. But anyway, you run into a lot of folks, ask a lot of questions about GDSA.
I do, and it was actually funny because when I first started doing my roundup, I was
Roddy's roundup. You started getting recognized, didn't you?
Well, I was at HEB, doing my shopping like everybody else, and I see this lady walk past. She looks at me, and I try to be cool. I got my sunglasses on, and she walks back. She walks back again, and she looks at me again, and she says, "Excuse me, aren't you on GDSA?" And I said, "Yes," and I flip out my pad and my pen, ready to give her an autograph.
Yeah, right, because that's what she wants.
I keep it, and she says, "What is Bridget like? Is she really that nice all the time?" And I put my pad away and put my pen. And, yes, and I walk away.
People ask that a lot, right?
I get asked questions about you all the time, and I tell people, "Well, Bridget is Wonder Woman. She's the greatest. And nobody can beat her." Actually, yesterday I was meeting with Bridget, and she had no voice. She had no voice. It was like a loud whisper, maybe. Yeah,
because you know what? I like to give people, give people real time. And I knew you were doing this today, and I didn't want you to come up here and just be up here. I wanted to meet with you and talk with you and make sure you felt comfortable. And that's who I am for real. So
I know.
I'm glad. I'm proud of you, Brandon. Okay, so we got something to give away. You did not forget about the Pete Piper pizza, did you?
What pizza?
The pizza. Don't forget about the pizza.
Those tickets are gone.
Not quite. We want to say good morning to Sue Warnett. Hi, Sue.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Sue. I'm so glad that you called us on a Thursday morning and that you're tuning in to Great Day SA. Are you ready for the quiz of the day from Brandon Roddy? Here it is.
All right, Sue. Who is the new mascot for Ole Miss? Is it A, Colonel Reb, B, Colonel Sanders, or C, the Rebel Black Bear?
That would be C, Rebel Black Bear.
Yeah!
Yes, it is the Rebel Black Bear, the mascot for Ole Miss. And did the Rebel Black Bear go with you guys everywhere on the road to every game?
They just changed this. I think either last year, and the students actually voted for this. They voted in the Rebel Black Bear. They got a Colonel Reb out. I was going to say, he actually
see how those quiz questions throw you off? Look, okay.
I got chicken on my mind. I don't know.
I could make a bad joke right there, but I won't. I'll just keep the show moving. Hey, listen, Brandon Roddy is here. By the old hour, we got Henry Broom delighting us in the Great DSA studio with a little Latin music to get your morning started. And we're going to talk about the importance of reading, how it affects your children, and something exciting that's happening with writers and readers. So listen, it's going to be a fantastic day. I'm not thinking about Colonel Sanders, not yet. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be right back. That is hilarious.